Sometimes the world just needs a hero to help cut through all the noise.
Well, now you have two.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to yet another episode of Your Heroes of Noise. I am one half of this dynamic duo. My name is Steve.
Hey, how come you do better when you're doing live streaming, but like when we're just recording,
I really do.
It's just us. You take like 6 tries to do it. Just wondering. That's all. I'm not knocking you. I just find it odd that that's what happens. You know what I mean? But at least it happens.
Because I strive in like push and record. That's what I strive. But when we're just like whatever, we push record and you're gonna edit it. It's like, okay.
Who says I'm gonna edit anything? I'm not editing shit these days. Hi, everyone. What's up? I'm sorry. I just started babbling. Probably don't know who I am. What is this? Episode 210. You probably don't know my name yet, but if you do, what's up? My name's Dan. How's it going? Welcome to Heroes of Noise, episode 210. And it's no live streaming today. We're just going to record and shoot the shit for a while. Maybe a little bit of a shorter show. I don't know. Who knows? We'll probably record for 3 hours, but let's see what happens today. Steve, how are you, man?
In this hellscape we call America, I'm doing okay. Mm-hmm. The certain things happened this week that kind of got me, more happy. And so, yeah, I'm doing all right.
Things happened this week that got you happy.
Well, happened I've been watching stuff that we're going to talk about this episode that made me happy.
Like just this and that is what I'm saying. Like nothing major or anything. Okay, that'll work.
Bingo.
Hey, you got to get your happiness when you can.
Absolutely. These things made me happy, yes.
Yeah. Lots of stuff happened this week that wasn't good, but we're not going to talk about any of that shit this week.
Exactly.
Seriously. Why? Just read the news. You'll find out about
People
it.
People know.
They know, and I'm always the first one to talk about it. But can I try out a new imitation real quick? I don't know, though.
Absolutely.
Let me see. It might not work, so hold on. Welcome to Heroes of Noise. Nah, see, I'm working on my RFK, but it ain't there yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop.
Oh, I would love to hear it.
Well, I was just trying to do it right now, but it's just not working very well.
Is that? Can you
That's
hear
actually a really good.
Yeah, I have to add a little more douche to it. You know what I mean? A little
bit.
Of
that's actually really impressive. I can't even hate on that.
Hey, all right, cool. Hey, listen, I got this new microphone, you guys, and I'm not sure exactly. We don't need to talk about the microphone. I'm just saying I'm not exactly sure where I need to be with this one just yet because, see, here I am right now. I'm right up in it, and then I'm also right here. I'm about 6 inches from it. Does it sound any different to you, Steve? Do you no? We're like this.
Okay, go. Okay, lean back. Go ahead.
All right. So this is me at about I'd say 8 inches or so, and then here's about 6 inches, and then here's about 4.
Dude, it's very, very different. The difference is very negligible, dude. Okay, that's cool. Impressive. All right, that's really cool.
Cool. I don't want to talk about it or anything. I just want to make sure that it's coming out because
no big deal.
I worry about this kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, okay. So I gotta say something, and you may cut this out because I don't know if it's a thing you want in this episode.
Okay.
But I got terrible news in my DM.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead and talk about that because I think.
Is it the one that you got too?
I think so, and I like where you're going, so keep going. I don't like where you're going, but you know what I'm saying.
No. Well, years ago when we started the podcast.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
We had a loyal listenership, and there was very few of them, and one of the few people that listened was an incredible person named Mick Conroy.
Yes, Mr. Mick C.
And we had Mick C, and we got the terrible news that he has ascended, so to speak. And I just want to say rest in peace to his, and my heart goes out to his family and friends. He was a good dude. Every time he hit me up on DM on Facebook, he was always so supportive. He was always so wonderful. Never had a bad interaction with him. So rest in peace, Mick. Gonna miss you, man.
Yeah, I got the same message, I guess, and talk about Mick a little bit. It made me sad a little bit because it's sad when anyone passes. You know what I'm saying? But he was
absolutely.
He was a member of this community. And we did keep in touch, regardless of whether he was on the show or not. And, there's a whole bunch of different factors there I won't get into. But basically, we did lose touch with Mick for the most part. And but he would always come back every now and again and be like, hey, how you doing, Mike? He'd just throw a little something out. I'm actually looking for something right now, Steve. Do me a favor.
Yes.
Can you just kind of talk about Mick just for a second? Because I promise I'm going somewhere with this.
Well, the thing is, when we first started, we went from instead of having this, nowadays you have a bunch of the person has one episode of a podcast and they automatically have advertisers. We did not have any of that back in the day. We just had listeners that would all of a sudden get into it and just be very, very loyal. And he was one of the ones that not only was loyal, but he would send in messages and stuff that made me feel so wonderful, made Dan feel so wonderful, and it made it feel like someone was in the void actually listening to what we were talking about. And that means a lot when you don't have many listeners.
So the thing about Mick was he was this big guy, right? And he was literally the most British motherfucker you'll ever meet. Like this dude lived in Sherwood. That's pretty fucking British, if you know what I'm saying, right?
That's British.
That is British for sure. That's proper British too. But
yes,
he would say things like, "I've sat and ate at tables that are thousands of years old, mate." Who says that? You know what I mean? Like, he was just an interesting guy. He had an interesting cadence.
So funny.
Truth be told, he wasn't in the best of health. I don't know all of his conditions. And the only reason that I'm even saying that is because there's actually a pod. I can even tell you which one he was on actually in a second. But he talked about that. But just the nicest freaking guy. And it makes me sad, dude, because like I said, he did keep in touch, and we would always kind of just go back and forth, but nothing too much. Sometimes he would just drop off after a hello, and then I wouldn't hear from him for months, but anyway, yeah, it's sad. But Steve, can we do something where we can kind of just check out for like maybe 5 minutes and I can play something in his honor? Because you got to hear this guy's voice. I'm tempted to just
rock and roll, baby.
Well, what should I do? Should I tack it on at the end? Or should I play it now?
Play it now. All
right. I'm going to mute out for a second, but this is something that he did.
Same with me. I'll mute out.
This is like a little bonus thing, and it's like 5 minutes long. So what the fuck? Let's listen to it now. Here we go.
And now a word from Johnny Bucks and Mick C of the Heroes of Noise UK branch. Or perhaps it's just one of them. What? Do you think Steve and Dan are shitting money and can give them their own individual bumpers? Bitch, please. Now then, as previously mentioned, Johnny Bucks and or Mick C.
Good day, people. I hope everyone is having a joyous time. This is the Big MC, part of the UK branch of Heroes of Noise. I've just been to the cinema with my delightful sister, and we have just seen two movies, two sort of horror films, The Quiet Place and an British movie called Ghost Stories, which has got Martin Freeman in it, who was last seen acting his socks off in Black Panther. So, Quiet Place, it was so tense, I wanted it to end. I have to take a little pill for my hypertension due to diabetes, but my lord, it was endless, and nobody was eating snacks, and there's one bit in the film where some noise happens and you can eat. The performances were very, very good, but hey, this is a tense film, people. The second film we went to see is a British film that is very, very, very good. If you can catch it, I suggest you do. It'll be on Netflix at some point. It's called Ghost Stories. It's based on a play, and it's very, very good. And I've just got back from seeing Rampage. People of a certain age will remember the original, I think it was a NES game or a SNES game. They'll remember it like Big Monkey Smash, yeah? You can get it online and have a look, people. It's basically that. The Rock is very good. He's such a charming man, but he's got odd biceps. They seem to be so... I've never seen a man with longer biceps than him, and corded muscles and too much veinage, just ultravascularity. He's got a good support team round him. His main female cohort, she's very good. She was in, she's been in a few movies, 28 Days Later, I believe she was in. Leave your brain at the door. If you want to make sense of it, don't. It's just monsters smashing things up. Thoroughly enjoyable. You'll leave with a smile. It'd be a good Blu-ray movie with a pizza and a beer or a drink or two. I found it to be very, very, very entertaining. Tried to find Lost in Space, but I haven't been able to find that at the moment. So I might have to wait a few more days before I can see that, but I'm looking forward to that. And ordered 2 copies of Ready Player One. Amazon messed up, and I went to the bookshop and got one, and then the Amazon one arrived, but Amazon said I could keep it, so anybody wants a spare copy? I've got a spare copy here. I'm quite willing to send it to anybody who promotes and listens to Heroes of Noise. Anyway, guys, enough of my prattling. It's late here and I've got to listen to the boxing show on sports radio, so live long and prosper. See ya.
Mick C, ladies and gentlemen. Rest in peace, sir.
Mick C. Rest in peace, brother.
Damn, that's like a little time capsule right there, huh? Like even
Bro.
movie-wise, it's like a time capsule.
I mean, you used to do all the production and stuff, bro.
How do you know I don't, man? You don't listen to the show. You know, if you give it a listen, you know what I'm saying? You might
I know all of a sudden I see Star Wars stuff. I'm like, hey, Dan's really handling this business in his piece,
People
man.
are like, yeah.
Doing Darth Vader stuff.
People are like, yeah. It's been like 7 years. Yeah.
No, you kill it, bro. I already know you kill it. You used to do that for the word.
I used to do the most though, dude. Like I did too much. Now I don't love it as much anymore. So you know, fuck all of you. Actually, no, I'm just kidding.
You love it enough to buy a $2,000 mic.
Stop it, man. Why you always got to be picking apart my? You don't know what I did for this mic. You don't know how I got it. You don't know like what I hustled and
This dude
traded.
looks like Joe Rogan right now.
I do look like Joe Rogan, huh?
Tell me. So, but try my supplements.
I can't do him either, dude. What happened?
Dude, that's not a bad
No,
joke.
it's not. What? You're always so encouraging, but seriously, what has happened to these vocal cords, bro? Like, there's not.
Can you still? What is the one impersonation you feel like you can still get away with?
I don't think I have it right now. We'll find out maybe sometime during the show. Maybe you can like steer me in a certain direction. I don't know, but
I can do that.
Hey, man, real quick, did you watch the Grammys?
I did not.
Did you catch any highlights of the Grammys?
I did catch the highlights.
You caught the highlights. Doechii, come on, man, let me have it.
She's for real, man.
Mhm.
That woman is one of the few rappers that came out not doing the normal female rapper thing and was just like, no, I'm just going to rap and I'm just going to out rap everybody. And it worked.
And
She's
got
so
that,
authentic. She's so authentic, man.
She got that 90s influence too. Like you can just
Bro.
hear it a lot in the best way possible, though. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? It's not, she's borrowing, but in a good way.
Everyone does.
Everyone does, yeah. You know what I mean? But it's not, it doesn't feel like it's played out. It feels fresh.
No.
It feels like
She
something
is
I've never
legit.
heard,
Yeah.
even though it's like familiar. You know what I mean? But dude,
Yeah.
she's the shit.
I didn't know you would like her.
You know what? Got to give it up to the daughter, dude. The kids, they keep you young, Steve. You know what I'm saying? Like you're,
Bro.
right? You know how it is. Your son, he's giving you all the. You wouldn't know. You
Absolutely,
wouldn't know about
man.
Kendrick. Stop it. You wouldn't know about Kendrick if it wasn't for your boy.
Hell no, I wouldn't know about. Your daughter likes Doechii?
Yeah. Did you ever see that Colbert video or that Colbert performance she did, where
No.
it was like everyone that performs with her, they all have like braided hair, but in this
Yeah.
one, they're all tied together. And they're doing this crazy. It's dope, dude. Like I can't. I wish sometimes I could just pull stuff up, but we don't have that kind of clearance for stuff like that. Eventually, it'll get caught by somebody. But
No, I think you can because other people do it.
well, if I was doing it on like YouTube or something right now, I would give it a try, and that's probably where I'd get caught actually. But we're not doing any video today, so it doesn't really matter.
She's so good, dude. She can rap, and she can rap without the whole wait. I don't remember my line. Like she can just go. And I said, you know, she has to be like, well, what are we guessing? 24.
She's 26. I know that.
Dude, she's so young.
I studied up on that kid. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, she's so young.
So young. Got the whole world ahead of her, bro.
Oh my gosh, good for her.
Only
man.
3 women have won for best hip hop artist with the Grammys.
Let me guess.
Go ahead.
Okay, here we go. Lauren.
Of course.
Okay, Lauren. Ooh, now we get into a funny issue.
The second one, I always get her mixed up with somebody else. So hold up. Let me make sure.
I'm going Cardi.
Yep, that's her. Cardi B.
And then number 3 is going to be Doechii.
Is going to be Doechii. That's it. Now, that's
Dude.
not really saying anything when you think about the Grammys because they give away some stupid shit sometimes. But
Yes.
recognition and props where props is due. And,
Good for her,
Yeah,
man.
good for her, man. I mean, that's a great start for her. I think it's her debut album, the Alligator Bites Never Heal. Have you heard the whole thing?
I have not heard. I've only heard bits and pieces.
Come on, man. I really want to play some of that shit right now, but I probably shouldn't. But oh my God.
She's a problem. I saw the Tiny Desk.
That was dope too. That was dope. But it's this video on, oh, God damn it, dude. Just remember, like, look it up. Maybe, like, save it in your phone or something. It's for Colbert. Super, super sick.
Now, here's the weird part. Her brand, if she, okay, say she was wearing normal hat, jeans, t-shirt, walking past you on the street, do you know her face well enough to know it's Doechii?
I think so.
Okay.
But it's also one of those things where I could be like, isn't that Doechii? Or it looks like Doechii. So maybe not.
I love the fact that I don't, because that means that she doesn't do insanity to her face, where she like looks like a normal, beautiful woman, where you're like, oh, that's a pretty girl walking by me.
Yeah.
Whereas everybody else does such insanity to their face that you're just like, that is such and such.
Look at them balloons. Look at them balloons on her cheekbones. Look at that crazy butt she put on her chin, bro. That wasn't there before. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I'd know Madonna. I'd be like, that's Madonna.
Which version though, man? Because it's crazy how like who else did
Bro.
that? Like she went off one time and looked completely different. I don't know how you get back because she looks okay, kind of. I guess when you're rich, they can do that.
There was a certain span of about a decade where she was blazing hot, man.
The 80s.
Like,
it would be it, right?
I think Body of Evidence
90s.
too.
Yeah, I'd say like the
Body
90s.
of Evidence, she was blazed. The Sex Book, she was gorgeous.
That's all 90s stuff. And then 2000s.
Yeah.
And shit happens, but then she started messing with her face, dude. Bad. And
That's
I feel
the
bad
secret,
for people like that, man, because I feel like it's something that you almost have to do, or feel like you almost have to do.
Especially if you're a woman.
Yes. That's what I was just
George
about to
Clooney
say,
can just age.
No one gives him shit. No one gives you shit, Steve Hudson. You can get on at TikTok, do your thing.
Look!
No one says anything as you're getting older, you know what I mean? Looking good.
But even my girls are like, Gabrielle Union messed with her face, man.
Yeah, you got to give up on that one, man. There's plenty other fish in the sea, you know what I mean?
She's blazing though, dog. She is so crazy.
You know what, dude? I cannot get used to this video thing. I'm going to turn it off real quick. No offense, man. You can look at me. I know what you look like.
What's the deal?
I don't know, dude. It just distracts me, and I feel
What's
like I'm distracted right now. I do. So I'm just going to look at what I normally look at.
What do you normally look at?
Notes or my phone or I don't know, man. I get an accomplice.
Oh my God.
No, seriously, man, because now that we've got like video out and stuff like that, not like I'm drawing any attention to anything in particular, but it's just like, God damn, man, I don't like the way I
What?
look. If this was like 2009, I'd be like, hey, put a boy on. You know what I mean? Looking good.
What do you do? Do you think you look that much different?
No. I really don't, honestly. I'm just fucking around.
Exactly.
But here's the thing, and I've said this before, I just don't feel comfortable in front of cameras, period. I don't like taking pictures. I don't like...
There's only one way to get comfy.
That's why I'm not on TikTok, dude.
But you got to get comfortable by just being on camera.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
You were really... I still think that character you did on TikTok, by now it would have had 2 million people.
Oh, the guy that hit his face? So, you know what I'm saying?
No, the guy that you... But what was the voice?
I don't remember. I remember, but I'm not going to do it. But here's the thing. I was comfortable. Why was I comfortable? Because I had a filter.
You did have a filter on. But there's a lot of people that do that. You see a lot of like really famous YouTubers where they just comment on videos when their face isn't on the video.
Yeah.
They're just commenting on the thing.
I think I'm going to leave it up to you, and then we'll do like every other podcast, maybe every other.
So are you going to cut it off today? Are you cutting off the video right now?
No, I'm not cutting it off. I'm just not looking at it. It's just better for me. Yeah, exactly.
I like it.
If I could just like look at you and like make the screen like one thing, then I'd be good to go. But it's distracting to me, dude. I'd be like, oh,
wow,
you got boogers in your nose, G? Or oh, look at I'm serious, bro. I don't like it. So.
This guy, man.
Also, the mirror image thing fucks with me too a little bit.
Mirror image.
Yeah. Oh wait, is yours not mirrored? You're
No.
Oh, well, no, never mind, dude. I'm just not gonna fuck with it.
What is wrong with your computer?
I don't know.
What's
Gee,
happening
we got
over
problems
there?
over here, man. Technology problems. I've been spending lots of money lately, and I'm not happy.
I only see one of me, then one of you. Done.
Yeah, that's it. But I just want to see just you and not me. Can you make that happen?
There's a.
Can I make that happen?
You go to layout. You go to layout.
If I can do
follow
that.
host view. What is follow host view?
I don't know, man. Don't hit anything. It's going to turn everything off, and then we're screwed.
There I am. Now I'm just looking at you.
Okay, how do you do that?
Go to layout.
Where the
and go to speaker full screen.
Okay, layout. There's layout. Speaker. Ooh. Hey, all right.
There we
better.
go.
That's better. Now I can just look at you. So it feels like I'm just talking to you versus talking to me and you. Dude, I don't know. I don't know how people do it. I don't know how the actors act.
wait, what the crap, dude? Now I can't get it back to my. There we go.
You got it. So
Now
what are
I'm
you
back.
doing? You want to look at yourself too. You want to admire.
I got both of you guys. I got both of us.
both of you guys. All right. So you said Kendrick earlier, man.
Yes.
Hit me.
Okay, so I'm watching this bonkers, ridiculous Super Bowl with someone there, and so it's Kendrick's time, mind you. I'm excited. We already now know that it's the most watched, the highest watched Super Bowl halftime show in history. So he starts out and he does his thing, and he does the whole show. And at the end of the show, I'm like, that's really good. That was really, really good, especially like. My left choke just went viral. I was like, hey, my cut right there. Be humble. That's my cut. And then he did like Peekaboo. I love Peekaboo. I love Squabble Up. You know what I'm saying? I like these songs. And then at the end, obviously for him to be like, mustard on a beat, hope. Now we're going. But at the end, I was like, that was good. It was good, right? Because I was just listening to the songs. Then throughout the week,
start thinking about
I started looking at people's reaction to the video. I was like, let me see how people are reacting. And there were things I just didn't catch because I was just listening for my songs. And there were things that like Samuel L. was saying. I was like, how did I totally not? But I also realized that I just didn't think that's what Kendrick was going to do. So I wasn't looking for it. I thought he was just going to do his thing. And I thought he was coming for Drake's head. So I was like, that's what he's doing.
Did you think he was going to do more concerning Drake?
Him doing 2 Drake songs was enough. Him coming for Drake twice in one Super Bowl was like, God, dog.
Yeah.
But it was just the little things he did make me. I was talking to my mom because my mom she's absolutely down the rabbit hole of people reacting to Drake's performance, losing their minds when certain songs come on. And she said, where do I rank this? And I was like, it's Michael, Prince, Kendrick. Because I'm watching it over and over again now. Over and over again, I'm watching this. And the funny thing is, the first time I was like, it was good. The more I watch it, it's like aging like wine. I'm watching it and watching it and watching it. And I'm like, Kendrick did a freaking good job.
All right, then give me a little bit of review. What are you noticing? I personally, I've seen it several times, but not enough to like study.
For instance, there was a part, obviously, when Samuel L. Jackson was like, it's too loud, it's too ghetto. Tone it down. And that's when he does be humble, sit down, chill. And he doesn't, and then there's a part where Samuel L. Jackson was like, something to the effect of, hey, there's too many of y'all brothers over there. Subtract 1.
I missed that actually.
Yeah, he said subtract 1, and they broke it down as, when a lot of black folks get together, they take 1 away. Martin Luther King. They're way too grouped up. 1 has to go.
Oh,
they're way too grouped up. Subtract 1. He said, I was like, I didn't even listen to that part. And then he goes right into it. So little thing, I was like, oh shoot, this is really, really deep. He's like going so much deeper than I thought he was gonna go. But then at the end, he's like, I still want, and then remember when he said, hey, I'm in a, he's like, I want to do their favorite song, but they love to sue. Because Drake sued him. Drake sued Kendrick for, and I was like, I knew he said that. That was hilarious. But on top of all this stuff that, that Samuel L. was saying, I said, oh, this is not even just about Drake. This is about, let me tell a story. I'm going to do a concert in 12 minutes. A full on the whole thing. Now, when people are like, why didn't you do All Right? Why didn't you do King Kunta? Why didn't you do stuff from Big Kid, Mad City? Why didn't you do all these? I'm like, it would be nice to hear all that whole, lineage from where he began to the end.
Little medley.
But he's not, that's not what he's going to do in a Super Bowl. He's going to do that during the concert. When people go to the concert, that's what he's going to do. But in this situation, he's just like, I'm not going to tap dance for these people. And I also found out people, he wanted to do a bunch of other, you remember on the Pop Out concert, it was like, what? And the things were like popping up into the sky. He wanted to do all those pyrotechnics. He couldn't because Trump came and he couldn't do any. He could do like 1 pyrotechnic. They're like, and then when they were doing all the stars, there were supposed to be stars raining from the Superbowl sky, like raining on the crowd. They like, nope, Trump's here, you can't do it. The president's here, you can't do all that. So he had to cut all the pyrotechnics off, all that stuff off, and just do it without any pyrotechnics, which I was like, you know what? I did notice that. There weren't all fireworks and stuff like that. He couldn't. So he's like, I'm just going to have to make this fire without all that. And mind you, the biggest pyrotechnic was Serena Williams.
Oh, yeah.
That was a pyrotechnic you could not have guessed.
How do you think
I
that
was like,
conversation went down, man?
Bro,
Because
I think he called and she said yes before he asked her anything.
I'm just going to answer yes. Kendrick,
Yep,
right? Kendrick?
guaranteed.
Yes.
I know what you want me to do, and yes is the answer. And man, just the whole, it was just a fantastic performance. I thought that him, mind you, if I were him, I would have pre-recorded the vocals. The fact that he had the mic on
Yeah.
while he's dancing and doing all, I'm like, I couldn't have, because I'm just like,
Yeah. That
and
was
he's just rapping.
the only thing. That was like my only complaint with that. And I'll be honest with you. Like, I don't know Kendrick like you know Kendrick, so I'm not going to
Yeah.
just sit there and bullshit you. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But like, so I didn't get everything you're getting out of that. I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
But here's the thing is that I really do think it would have been a better thing if they would have raised it, like the vocal mix itself. I'm not saying anything about his performance was bad. I'm talking about the actual vocal mix. It seems like they should have brought it up a little bit more, considering what
Everybody's saying that. That is a comment. I believe that that whoever was in charge of that, I'm wondering, like I said to you, I'm wondering if like he didn't have a band. So that track was pre-recorded. All the music was pre-recorded.
Yeah.
All the vocals except for his. And I'm like, I have a feeling they had a problem balancing the vocals that were pre-recorded with his vocals and the crowd. And whoever had the ears on, I don't think he was getting the mix from what we were hearing. He was probably getting an in-house mix. I'm wondering if anybody was monitoring the audience mix, like us.
Yeah.
What are we hearing?
Somebody
So
was
that's
on.
a tough thing to gauge. I would have asked him to pre-record it. Now, mind you, someone like Prince, he would have been like, no. They wouldn't have even asked Prince that to pre-record any of his band. He'd be like, no, we're doing it live, the end. But the thing with Prince is all the instruments were live, so all of them he could just mix. He didn't have to do this weird shenanigans where, pre-recorded, this is live. No, everything was live. So that mix was, and Prince has the best mixer in the game. Whereas I just don't think they had it on this one. His vocals were low. Okay. Even when he was doing wop, 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 it wasn't even loud enough to be like, oh, hey, what? Maybe in the audio in the stadium it was, but out in the TV, it didn't wop, wop, wop. It wasn't loud enough.
And at the very end, at the least thing, but still, it lives on, man. We got a fantastic meme out of all that just keeps showing up. It just keeps showing up.
Bro.
Every day, Drake gets on his phone. Every day, no matter where he goes.
To see that,
and he
that
sees
smile.
That. Yeah, dude. I don't even know if that was actually like meant to happen or if he was just like watching it. Like, you know what I mean? He's performing for the camera. So was it that?
Yes.
I don't know. But it was the perfect timing to take that picture, dude. Oh my God. It was hilarious.
I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen a person get so destroyed that now no one look. He was a superstar. And now he's still a superstar, but he has a massive gouge in his armor where everywhere he goes, he's going to have to wonder, are they going to play that song? Everywhere he steps foot, he has to wonder it.
Do you think he watched?
Yes.
Oh, or do you think he was like, I'm going to be in the other room, man, and just
watched.
let me know. And then like afterwards, his friends were like, yeah, man, it wasn't that bad, you know?
No, because that's why Kendrick was saying, turn his TV off. Because he knew you're watching, buddy.
Oh,
I know you're watching.
I've recently been into the football. You know what I mean? The sports.
Oh, I
ball.
didn't know that.
Yeah, and I happen to be a Chiefs fan. It has nothing to do with the Kelsey.
Why are you a Chiefs fan?
I'll tell you exactly why. My mom marries this cat. And, you know, when you got to find a way to like bond with them, you're having trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I found the Chiefs with them and I started watching it. And guess what? I ended up enjoying it. That's why. However, I did not realize, and it's just up, like, leave it to me too. I did not realize that all the fucking heat they were getting in the first place. I mean, I thought they had a great fucking season, but I'm just saying all this drama, all that.
Yes.
I swear to God, completely off my radar until you get into it and you're like, oh damn, like everyone hates these motherfuckers.
Everyone hates.
But now I'm into it. You got it. Because you got to. What am I gonna do? Like go pick a new team or something like that?
Yes,
No.
absolutely.
No, you don't do that, Steve.
Did you think that when did you lose hope? At what point did you realize the Chiefs are going to lose? Or did you have hope all the way till the fourth quarter?
Like first quarter, I'm like, oh no. Like immediately, I'm like, oh no. And I'm like, okay, hold on. They're known for kind of like pulling shit together in the fourth quarter, but they usually, excuse me one sec. Sorry about that. Had a little frog in the throat. Yeah, like they're known for getting their shit together like in the fourth quarter. This season anyway. But that wasn't the case, dude. It was just like, I think he got sacked. Mahomes got sacked like 6 times through like 2 interceptions. It was just bad all the way through. Did you watch the game? Did you actually watch the game?
I did.
Dude, that defense was fucking brutal.
I mean, they had, from what I've heard, because I didn't analyze, because I didn't know what to analyze it from, but when I got back to work, one of the people in the staff meeting or in one of the departments was like, here's what happened. he went on to explain that, and I'm going to do this a horrible disservice. He said, the Philadelphia was their kryptonite. He said Mahomes normally will march down the field. Problem is Philadelphia has a running game. The running game ticks down the clock. So that does not give Mahomes the ability to walk down the field. He said, but even then, the running game wasn't that great with Philadelphia. They just had a great defense that made up for the fact that the running game was not happening.
Yeah.
He said, so they beat them fair and square.
For sure. No, they played a hell of a game, dude. And my hat's off to them, for sure. But that was the crazy part, is that they weren't even giving him room to do anything at all. He was just like running around like a fucking cartoon because he couldn't get anything in. He would just throw to nobody.
Well, I asked a buddy, I was like, hey, do you think Tom Brady would have won that game? He said the best quarterback on the planet would not beat that Eagles team. Not a chance.
Dude.
He said whoever was on that field, that Eagles defense, it just was not happening that day. They were winning that game.
And there's some big boys too, man. Those guys are huge.
Bro.
Yes.
Bro, let me tell you.
Monsters, man.
And I have a feeling it's really tough to wear that crown because when guns for you. Everyone now is studying you, whereas you can't study 60 to however many teams are in the NFL. Everyone is gunning for you. So, yeah, when you get to the Super Bowl, everybody's been waiting to beat your tail.
And they did.
And someone did.
They did.
Yeah.
Bad.
But you know what? It's good because no one has done a three-peat. So it makes sense they wouldn't get a three-peat. No one's done it. That's what makes it so difficult.
I'm not the guy that's going to give you all the sports talk. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just, so this is like my first full run. I'm proud of myself. What am I going to say? But anyway.
That's impressive, man.
Hey, man, I like it now. I don't know. What the fuck?
But maybe Mahomes legit choked, bro. What if he just choked?
They all looked defeated that day. I don't know what was up, man. It was like, I kept waiting for like act 2 of like Rocky or something like that. Okay, man, they're on the fucking ropes now. But here we go. Nothing. They all looked defeated, like someone gave them bad news or something like that. I don't know. It was weird.
I don't know if no one gave them the pep talk on the halftime where they're just like, we need to go out there and beat their tails. They're like, yay!
Rudy.
There we go. They
like
needed
that.
a Rudy moment.
There was no Rudy moment, Steve. It was pretty fucking bad, actually. So,
I've never seen so many people in America happy that a team lost.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's why I think I'm going to lean into it anymore.
You should.
I'm leaning into it.
But it's tough to be Why lean in? It's tough now to lean into it. You're leaning into, like, normally people lean in, like, remember the Patriots were beating everybody? Mm-hmm. People lean into, hey, I know you hate us, but we're winning. Yeah. Now you're going to be like, I know you hate us, but we lost. Well, you know what I'm saying? But we still dope. It's tough to lean into it now.
Hey, let's see what happens next year. That's all we're going to say. You know what I mean? The Eagles were the better team, dude. That's what can I say? But I see that's the thing is like I don't think I've hit that level of crazy when it comes to like sports fandom because I'm not like mad. People were like coming to me, yeah, huh? I'm like, yeah, I gotta go do a scan now. Like I don't really I don't fucking own the team. You know what I'm saying? Like there's really no outside of just like being a fan. I got no dogs in the fight, so I don't know why I haven't quite figured out why people get when they start breaking their televisions and shit. Unless money's involved, I have a feeling a lot of people lost a lot of money.
Oh, dude, there's no question. Some people made a lot of money. Some people lost a lot of money.
Though. Yeah, I would say some people came up for sure.
But I heard if you bet against a team, what does it mean? Okay, this is a great question to ask. What is the spread?
That's what I'm saying, dude. You're not going to get. I don't bet. I don't know any of that shit.
So okay, never mind. I didn't know. I thought you knew. Oh, the spread is this.
Nerds on Sports. I don't know any of that shit, G. I'm still learning, man. I don't know anything about the fucking squares when you're betting. I don't know fantasy football, G. None of that stuff.
Neither do I.
I'm trying to learn it. Maybe I'll get there one of these days. But you know what?
It sounds like you're trying to get into
I had a fun
sports, dude.
season, G. It was fun. And again, I got to bond with my I'm still having trouble saying it, but like I guess I'll call him my stepdad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
So he's still a Chiefs fan.
Yeah. He's not changing, dude. That guy won't.
How mad was he?
He was okay with it. He's not like crazy fanatic too. You know what I'm saying? He's older. He's got shit. He's like got aches and pains that he's worrying about. But yeah. You know, but anyway, it was a good season, and then that happened, and so you know, better luck next year. I bought all this stuff. Now I gotta like sell it or something and pick a new team. No, fuck
Dude,
that. I'm not picking.
I don't know if you come back from this.
All right, listen. The commercials. I found nothing of interest in these commercials. Nothing of interest whatsoever.
Nothing.
The Thunderbolts trailer was good. What do you think about the Thunderbolts trailer?
Bro, you and Maj, man.
Yeah, it looks good.
I thought it was fine.
See, here's the thing, though. I think you're getting into that. You do that a lot, where it's like it has to either be like shitty or the best. It looks good. When
it's Marvel, yes.
I think we're way past that at this point, dude. I'm not even trying to. I'm not looking for that. We'll talk about something that we watched, this weekend. We both did. And very curious to hear what you have to say about that. But here's the thing, man. Like, I'm not looking for Endgame every time I go to see a Marvel movie now because I know it's not going to happen. Perhaps that ship has sailed. We'll see. We start getting into like Secret Wars and Doomsday and all that shit. We'll see what happens. But that one seems like it's going to be fun because it's like the ragtag shit, almost like a Suicide Squad.
No, you're right.
You know what I mean? Or
no, you're right. Here's the thing. One thing I will say about Marvel, they cannot, other than even Eternals, I don't think they know how to make a bad movie. Bad?
No, not bad. You're right.
Because we're comparing it to.
You're right.
We're comparing it to very high standards.
Very true.
But for they don't know how to make an outright bad movie. They just can't.
Yeah, it's going to be bad for those type of movies.
Bingo.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That makes sense.
But when we just look at them as a superhero movie, they're great.
They all serve a purpose.
Totally fine. Even Eternals was good. I don't care what nobody says.
Okay, I'm gonna let you have that. I'm gonna let you.
You liked it too. But you like Kumail.
Okay, what about the Fantastic Four trailer?
I actively was very uninterested by that trailer.
Actively? What do you mean?
Like, I thought it was actively dry.
I think it's supposed to be that way.
That's not great.
No, honestly, I think it's because I think there's still, and again, just total speculation, but I'm thinking that there's a lot of things that they haven't even really like worked on, or they're still working on. For instance, like Reed Richards, his stretching and all that kind of stuff, because they didn't show any of that.
Yeah.
But no, I like it. I like the aesthetic. It feels like they're putting energy in this one. Like, okay, again, getting back to the movie that we watched this weekend. When they're more like Earth-based movies, I don't want to say based in reality, but like Earth-based movies, they're a little more chill.
Yes.
These days, anyway. You talking about Civil War and shit, that was not chill. Or Winter Soldier, not chill. But nowadays, I think that it's just a little more like mellow. But when they get into like the grand stuff, like the space stuff and everything, I think that's where they're putting all their energy. And I don't think they're going to fuck up the Fantastic Four, dude. They look the best. In my opinion, they look the best they've looked out of all these other movies. Especially
it's not going to be bad. What do you think is going to be better? Out of the three, if you had to gauge right now, Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, Superman.
You don't like Superman.
I didn't say that.
You told me you didn't like the trailer.
I did say I didn't like the trailer, but I like Superman.
I mean, okay, I'm talking about this version of Superman.
Okay.
So far.
What do you think?
I am optimistic because I really don't have any other choice.
Are you putting that ahead of, you think it's going to be better than Thunderbolt and better than Fantastic?
Okay. Oh, we're getting back to that. Okay. I thought you were talking about the movie itself. I think that the money movies obviously are going to be Fantastic Four and Superman.
Yes.
I think the fun is going to be in Thunderbolts.
So do I.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's going to be the one that's going to be the fun one out of both of them. I think that Superman, I feel like James Gunn has to try too hard.
Yes.
And if he fucks this up, he's not going to ruin it. But there's just so many other Superman movies and so much of this DC nonsense that keeps happening. And I think that people are just going to go, okay, whatever, next. And they're going to forget about that movie. If that movie gets forgotten, I don't know what's up for the rest of his DC universe because people are going to be charged about it. Like he's dealing with Big Daddy-O right now, right? Superman.
Yes.
That's it. Superman, Batman.
Yes.
Those are the big daddies. So he can't really fuck this up. Now I read something, I should say, on Reddit. Probably should have it pulled up for validity, but maybe you've heard about this. Hearing they're doing reshoots. That's never good.
That's not terrible.
This close?
Because remember they did.
And they're doing it. They're not just doing reshoots because someone said, hey, we should do reshoots. From what I read, and again, I wish I had it up for validity. I don't think that it's testing very well. That's concerning.
Superman?
Allegedly.
That means the higher ups aren't. Here's my worry.
It's Warner Brothers, man.
I hope he's not screening it for higher ups because James Gunn has a gut that's really good. He knows what the wide audiences will like, and I hope he's not listening too much to those people that are the pockets. I hope he's like, nah, trust me, this is going to work. But you do have to listen to the pockets. You do have to. They're the ones giving you the money. But I hope it's his trusted people that are telling him that it's not good. Because, man, he has a great eye for this stuff, man.
I think it looks great. The trailer itself, I think it looks great. I have no problem with the trailer whatsoever. I know people are laughing at the way it looks when he was flying. That second trailer that came out where it shows him flying looked a little weird. I'm down with crypto. I'm down with it all. I think I'm really hopeful for this movie. And I honestly, dude, like Ben, I was sitting in the movie theater with Ben yesterday, and he's like, you know what? They kind of like, we need this to work right now. Like, we need to get back to having like a true hero to, even though if it's like, fictitious, we need that right now, I think, as a country. Really, I think we do. We need something like that. And I remember like during war times and stuff like that. Isn't that what brought on Superman initially? That's why.
Is that what it is?
I think so. I think that's why the character was created.
Did not know that.
We need something like that now. So, and I also think that we need to start having more movies where the good guy wins. I just think we need that right now. But I don't know, because it's a contrast, right? You walk out of
you're right.
But you walk out of a movie. I was like thinking about that as I was saying it. You walk out of a movie, hey, the good guy won, and you turn on your radio.
Yeah, but it makes you feel, you don't want to imagine, okay, you walk out of a movie, the good guy won, you turn on the radio, hear terrible things in America. You walk out of a theater, the bad guy won, you turn on your radio, bad things in America. Now it's
a double dose.
You're like, it's a double dose. I'd rather have, hey, the good, and I think I think you're correct. You want the hero to win. I just think the hero we're going to start loving is Florence Pugh's character. I think that's the hero we're going to be like, hey, she might be the one right here. Because I think she's going to be bad on this.
She's great.
Movie,
she's great every time she comes out as Helena or whatever her name is. She's great. And she's got comedic timing. And I think her and David Harbour are going to be awesome together. Bucky. And he's a Honda Sebastian stan. I like him. I really do. But that dude is in everything. Everything that motherfucker's on. He's making money, man. Good for him. Maybe he's like Nick Cage. Maybe he owes like some taxes or something like that.
I'm very interested, considering the movie we're about to talk about in a while, how did he get into the situation of the Thunderbolts, considering what he's doing in the movie we're watching?
Yeah. I even asked Ben, I go, what's up with that? He's like, I have no clue. And usually he knows that shit. So I don't know. We could get into it. You want to get into it?
Sure.
All right.
First,
sure.
I will ask you this last question.
Okay.
If you had to guess, do you think that the Thunderbolts are going to make enough money to the point that they are actually legitimately the new Avengers?
Dude, that's so funny that you say that, because based off of the trailer I saw yesterday, which I think I've seen clips, but I think that was like my true first watching of a trailer. Yeah. I told Ben, I go, dude, if they play this right, if this movie looks as good as this trailer's making it look like it's going to be, then it's going to be sequel city, because I fucking love a good ragtag team, dude.
So do I.
And I think that, I would love to see that. I don't know yet, because you never know what's going to happen with Marvel, but don't get me wrong. It's going to be entertaining, but is it going to be entertaining enough? That's the thing. I think it's going to be. I really do.
I always love a good I'm not a hero. And someone's like, yes, you, because then it's like, oh, when she realizes she's about to do some fire though.
Yeah.
I love that sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
I think it's
man.
going to be
I'm a
really
sucker
good.
for it.
It's going to be really good, dude. And yeah, I think, I don't know, as far as like grandness goes, yeah, Fantastic Four, Superman. But I think the one that I want, that I know is going to be an entertaining, smiling kind of movie all the way through, I think it's going to be Thunderbolts. So yeah, that's the one I'm actually looking forward to most, I think. How
So
about that?
When does it come out?
I'm not sure. They're all coming out like right down the pike. All the days are blending together these days. But I mean, I think it's going to be like boom, boom, boom in the next few months.
The interesting thing is the director, he doesn't really have things that I can look back on and say, oh, he did this. Oh, it's going to be, no, there's nothing that I could look to say, wow, this is going to be crazy.
Well,
I mean, he did 6 episodes of Beef. And if you like Beef,
I did like Beef.
he did that.
That's it?
He did. No, he's done a grip of, but none of the movies are like something that, like, here's the movie, the list of movies that this guy, which is not bad. He did Skeleton Crew. You haven't seen that, right?
The series?
The series.
I've seen a few of them. It's not for me, but people like it.
He did other series like The Minx. He's done an episode of The Premise. He done 2 episodes of the brand new Cherry Flavor. 1 episode of Dave.
Okay. All right. Good enough. For
Other
me. You
music
start
videos,
somewhere.
6 episodes of Kidding. A few Kanye videos.
Oh, yay.
Bro.
We skipped. I skipped over that. I actually had that written down. Let's skip it.
I'm done with him.
Yeah, I'm done. I think he's.
This is what he wants for us to talk about him.
Yeah, no, it isn't going to happen. He's like that kid that just wait. He's like he's breaking shit, so people will pay attention to him at this point.
That's it. And it normally works.
Or maybe, yeah, it's true because I'm doing it right now. But maybe he's having a manic episode, dude. I think that dude's bipolar.
That's also a possibility, but I think it's odd that he has a manic episode every time he's trying to release an album.
I did not know that was the case because I don't pay attention to him.
He's coming out with an album.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe that, yeah.
He broke up with that girl, though. He did break up with that girl.
Or did she break up with him?
She probably left him.
Yeah. What's her name? Bianca Sensori or something like that?
Oh, good guess. Yeah, I think that is her name.
I think it is Bianca Sensori. Yeah. Kind of rolls off the tongue a little bit. She's ugly. Dude, do you think it was that? Do you think it was like, you know what? I'm drawing the fucking line that you had me wear the damn cellophane. We're done.
I think she woke up and she's like, or maybe her friends finally got a hold of her and was like, what are you doing?
Girl, you're dating a
like,
Nazi.
What are you
He reminds me of Dave Chappelle's character, the blind KKK guy.
Yes.
He wants to be a Nazi real bad. real bad. But he's missing one major point.
And now he's just like, yeah, my name is, what did he call himself?
I don't know.
Adolf Hitler?
Did he really call himself? God damn it. It's not supposed to be funny, but it is. That's This is terrible, but I'm giving points for that one. There we go. Okay, let's move along. I mean, if you're going to call yourself something like that, Steve, and your name happens to be Ye, Adolf Hitler's probably what I go with. You know what I'm saying? If it was me, if I was him, I'm just saying.
I mean, listen.
Yeah.
When he said it, I was like, dude, he's just out of control. And he was such a talented kid.
Yeah. Old freaking college dropout, man. Remember him? A nice boy. He was a nice boy. His broken jaw. He was just singing. He was rapping to his mom.
Know.
And then his mom dies. Damn. And I think that's
a big one.
That set him over the edge, bro.
That's the big one. And now I think there's a huge gap in this talent, black hole that now Kendrick has he's there. He's it. He was right there to take up all that energy. And now everyone, I mean, Kendrick's world tour, his tickets are about to be
expensive.
It's going to be, I don't know if it's going to hit Taylor Swift expensive, but it's going to be pretty freaking expensive. I'm guessing a G for a ticket. A G.
I can't do that, man. Not that I would. I mean, I
would. I'd pay a G.
For 2 hours to see Kendrick Lamar.
Look, if someone asked me how much I'd pay to see Paul McCartney, if he said I could meet Paul McCartney, someone asked me this week, I'd pay $7,000 to meet Paul McCartney.
Okay, that'll work. But how much did you pay?
$1,000.
You spent a per ticket?
No, for both tickets.
Jesus. Well, good for you, I guess, man. Don't ever give me shit ever again about a fucking microphone, Steve.
No, but that's Paul McCartney, dude.
I don't care, Steve. I don't care.
I did it twice.
For Drake.
I want to play something real quick.
Come out of
Okay, let's hear it.
Hold on.
Deliver their ours, not like us.
Tries like a chord and it's probably A minor.
This is from SNL. Anyway, you know the Will Ferrell and Anna Gasteyer or whatever her name is, where they're like the music teachers and they do the little.
Oh yeah,
that's what it was. I was trying to find it, but it was like obviously it wasn't the whole thing. But
good for him.
It's hit that, and people in the audience are doing it. Everyone in the Super Bowl is doing it. God damn it, dude, that's fucked up.
It's everywhere, bro.
It's a fucked up situation for Mr. Drake.
Which brings, hey, did you watch that SNL 50?
I watched most of it last night, actually.
How was it?
Honestly, everything was played out. Do you know what I mean? Like
Really?
they kept going back to like the skits that were popular, but now everyone's gotten older and it's just they don't have that zip anymore. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Really?
It wasn't very good. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not
That's
like
unfortunate.
No, it was nice and everything. It was nice sentiment, but it wasn't they were just they were just a little bit played out. So, not so much.
Not
Paul
even
McCartney
Steve Martin?
played.
Did he?
I don't know what song he played, but he did play. I'm sorry, I keep muting out, dude, because I'm like coughing and shit. You know what I think it is? I think it's because I can't hear myself, so I'm talking louder and I'm throwing my voice out and shit. So hold on.
Dude, here's the thing. When if you're talking louder, I can't tell because I think that mic is limiting how loud it gets.
I don't know what's up, bro, but it's fucking my throat up. But you know what? So let's move on because I have a feeling tonight might be that night, dude, where I go like bye-bye with my voice. So let's not do that tonight.
I totally understand it.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Hey, before we get to the one that we watched, I wanted to give you like an update because I told you not to watch Wolfman.
Yeah.
Did you watch Wolfman? Did you end up
No.
watching it? All right, dude. You ready for this?
I can't wait.
I enjoyed it, bro. I enjoyed it.
Oh, get out of here.
I enjoyed it,
man.
but here's the thing. I know what you're talking about, how you were saying how it's not true like werewolf lore. This one is more of like I guess I'll call it an infection. Yeah, it's like an infection, but it basically takes place that there's like these they talk about these like Native American people, and without getting into all this whole story, there was like this virus that was going around and people would get lost, like the hikers would go into the forest and stuff, and it was presumed that they ended up contracting this virus, and it was like, I forget what the Native American name was, but it basically meant like face of the wolf or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, it wasn't bad, dude. Like, okay, you saw the preview of that dude's makeup, right? The Wolfman's makeup.
Yeah.
It's better. I'll tell you that. It's better. If you saw that dude walking around at Halloween Horror Nights, is that what you saw?
I saw the cutout of his face. And then I saw the movie picture of his face.
It's better. Like it actually looked wolf-like, whereas I didn't think the other stuff even looked wolf-like. Transformation, not bad. Good transformation stuff right there. And like it's just like this, it's the whole like when's it gonna happen thing. And then there's like that. The thing that gets me about this movie, hold on, let me get to the people real quick, because I always forget my girl's name here. Julia Gardner. Okay.
Yeah, I love her.
Her daughter, whose name is Ginger in this movie, played by Matilda Firth, some kid.
Yeah.
This is the kind of shit that pisses me off about movies like this. I get it. You're supposed to be like, oh no, don't do that kind of stuff. But my man is clearly not well at this point, right? We're well into the movie, and she's still letting her daughter be like, Daddy, are you okay? And like dude's got like a wolf snout already. And she's like,
bro.
And she's like, I forget. They had like a little thing they did. Like, I can't remember. It's been a couple weeks since I've seen the movie, but they, like their own little joke. And she says the joke to him, expecting him to say something. But it's like when he's looking at her, it's a cool scene because it's like, she's like, Daddy, because he stops, he can't talk anymore. And she's like, she's saying this thing, I love you, Daddy, and all this kind of stuff. And then like the camera turns to where it's his perspective and she's like glowing and shit. And it just sounds like gibberish because, he's turning into a wolf. He can't understand it anymore. There was just cool little things like that I found, don't get me wrong, bro. I'm not going to like watch this movie a bunch of times or say, you've got to go out and see this. But if you see it, when you see it, I think you'll dig it as long as you're not just hating on the fact that it's not like the whole like, Lycan mythology. You know what I mean?
That's what I want.
Yeah, I know, but you're not going to get it on this one. So, you know.
Exactly. So don't call it the Wolfman. We know the Wolfman mythology. There is a mythology behind it.
What if they would have called? They didn't call it the Wolfman, by the way. They called it Wolfman. It's like when Vanilla Ice went, no. It goes dun 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 dun.
Exactly.
Dun 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 dun.
If they would have called it Face of the Wolf, I would have been like, okay, we're in a different mythology, a different mythos.
Yeah. So you're gonna.
He did not do that.
So you're basing it just on the title itself, which is what I did in a way.
It's not just that. I've heard through the grapevine that you don't turn back to human.
Like once you turn, you turn. That's it,
bro.
Yeah. Once you turn, and that's it. And
what are we doing?
You're running around in the fucking forest like for years, apparently, just as a wolf, killing animals.
Hell
and shit like that.
no.
Yeah. But the acting was good. Christopher Abbott, that dude's pretty good. I can't say a lot about him, but I like him. He did okay in this one. The suffering that he does, like the whole once shit goes down, I liked it. I look forward to watching it again on my. The only reason I'm saying that, I got to go back and watch some movies now because I got that new TV. I got to start catching the scary stuff for what it is, as opposed to going, I think it's that, because I can't tell because my TV sucks. TV doesn't suck anymore. Now I got to go back and watch it.
Did you mount it?
No. I kissed it. Kissed it a little bit. Some compliments and shit. No,
boy.
Hold on. God damn it. That's the thing, G.
You okay? Are you turning?
Yeah, I think I'm turning. Actually, I'm gonna turn into the face of the wolf. No, dude, I don't know what it is. Like I'm trying to talk, and my throat, my voice keeps going out. So I'm sorry, folks. It's probably pretty annoying. I didn't mount it, and in fact, I didn't get I only got a 55, dude, and I feel a little inferior about that shit. I wanted the 65, possibly 70, right? But you've seen my house, and you see how we have those fucked up like 90s alcove things. I don't know
it's not bad. I like it, but it limits what you can do.
Yes. So I did the measurements on that thing, and I was for the 65, I was about an inch off. I couldn't do it. It was an inch too wide, or the TV was an inch too wide, so I couldn't get the new one.
So you got 55?
Yeah, I was thinking about getting the telescoping mount, but the problem is that again, the way that thing is built, I think it's going to go out too far and maybe not reach, or pulling it out too far and then you start worrying about like it being too heavy. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So yeah, 55 it is. It's a space.
But isn't your living room, isn't that spaced for a 55 inch?
Apparently, because that's all I can fit in that motherfucker. So yeah, that's what it is, Steve. That's why I got it. Nice TV though, G. OLED. I like it. I know. I understand.
What is it?
It's a Samsung.
Samsung?
Samsung. Yeah.
Nice.
It's a nice television, sir. I'm not even bragging. I'm just happy because they would always say like, I get it now when they're talking about how like it's just the true blacks, the pixels like to actually turn off and all that stuff. And then I think it's now, what is it called now? Mini LED? Because there's like QLED and then there's something else I found out because it's a proprietary name called Mini LED, which I think is like the same thing.
Yeah.
And that one, it's brighter, like you get a brighter picture, but with the OLED, I guess the images or excuse me, like the colors are more true or something like that. I don't know. This fucking television looks dope though. I was watching I'll talk about what I was watching on this mug. It was anime of all things, but I'm not ready to talk about it just yet.
Whoa.
But I'm gonna go back and watch the Wolfman again, man. I think so. And I'm gonna have to watch Nosferatu.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And I have to watch Nosferatu again too.
Because that shit was just a big dark mess. Anyway, if you saw my television, dude, everything looked like shit on it. And I'm not just being like, oh, I'm bored and I want a new TV. Like everything looked like shit. I watched a lot of television, man. I needed to step it up. And that's what I did.
Let me ask you something.
What's up?
Speaking of Wolfmen, have you heard of
Wolfman.
a movie called The Beast Within?
That's an old movie, yeah?
With Kit Harington. It's a fairly recent movie.
Oh, no. What am I thinking of? Altered State?
Watch that movie. If you want a decent Wolfman movie, watch that one with Jon Snow.
I feel like The Beast Within is an older movie too, and I'm wondering if it's...
That's an old game, Sega Genesis game.
No, for real. 1982, dude.
Really?
Yeah, hold up.
Oh. No, the one I'm talking about is recent with Kit Harington.
All right, no. I'll check it out. What's it on?
I don't know.
On the Shudder?
No, it's on something else, but you're going to like the ending. You're probably going to really enjoy the ending. I know that you're going to like it better than Wolfman.
All right, we'll see. But will you watch it? Or are you just like, nope, not going to do it?
Here's the problem. I don't want to pay for it, bro.
No, don't pay for it. I didn't pay for it.
Where's it on?
Someone let me use their stuff.
Oh, Gotcha.
Yeah.
When it comes out, I'll watch it.
Yeah. And I'll tell you.
But here's the problem. I know what happens at the end.
Oh, because you like cheated or someone told you or what?
No, I listened to a review and they're like, "Here comes spoilers." I'm like, I'm not going to watch this movie.
Yeah, and I think that they're trying to set up a sequel, dude. Because like there's this dude that happens to be a wolf too.
Yes.
And he like disappears for a while. I'll just say that. And then at the very end, you see him for like 1 second, and then you don't see him for the rest of the movie. So I think he's just out there somewhere, or there's just a shit ton of wolfmen out there. Faces of the wolves.
It would if you never turn back. Yes, there's like a bunch of them.
It's a mass infection in the woods. You don't go over there.
What the hell are we doing?
You don't go into the woods. That's what they say. Those guys at the liquor stores, they don't go into the woods because you'll not come back out. That's how they talk, Steve.
Can't believe you watched that stupid movie.
You know what? I liked it. What am I going to tell you?
I think you liked it because your expectations were so low.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not telling it. Like I said, I'm not telling everyone to watch it, but I enjoyed it for what it was. It's not like I ever wanted to
What's
turn
your
it
rating?
off. I'll give it a 2 out of 5.
You know what? That's a fair rating. That means it's lower than average.
Yeah, I was thinking about our rating system the other day too, because one day I said something was 2.5 and you said that's half perfect. But you know what? I don't think it's really a half perfect situation because we only have so many numbers. You know what I mean?
I know, but 2 is lower than average.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm giving it a
fair.
2.
That's
2 out
fair.
of 5. And then we watched a movie, Steve, on Apple TV called The Gorge. Have you seen The Gorge, Steve?
Hey!
A means yes, you've seen The Gorge, Steve?
Absolutely.
All right, man. You know what? I'm going to do a proper one on this one here, all right?
Wait, before we start, what made you watch the movie out of curiosity?
The trailer. I just happened to see the trailer. I was looking for something to watch. And I like both of the actors, Miles Teller and Anya Taylor-Joy. I like them both. So I said, why not?
I just happened to, it was on Blue Sky, and the guy, one of the writers, I think, was like, "Hey, check out my movie."
Oh, really?
Gorge. I was like, yeah.
I
said, absolutely.
You should have hit him up. Maybe we should hit him up, Steve.
He responds. Well, he's the guy that I think he writes with Scott Derrickson. He's the one that wrote like what's that movie with the weird mask that Ethan Hawke is in?
Oh, Black Phone?
Yeah, he wrote that. He wrote like a bunch of everything with Scott Derrickson he writes.
He's not going to.
He's big league.
He's not coming on our show.
No, but he used to be a podcaster. That's why people get him on their podcast, because he used to be a podcast host, and
he's one of those I don't forget where I come from kind of guys.
Bingo.
All right.
And he for real goes on people's shows.
Maybe we will, or maybe we won't. It just depends on what we think about The Gorge. So may I?
Oh, bro. Yes.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something about a movie called The Gorge. Little plot here. 2 highly trained operatives become close, and I'm talking close. There's some fucking going on in this movie. You know what I'm saying? After being sent to protect opposite sides of the mysterious gorge, where an evil emerges, they must. Excuse me, I'm fucking this all up. I apologize. When an evil emerges, they must work together to survive what lies within. All right, this movie, yes, Scott Derrickson directed. Zach Dean wrote it. Stars Miles Teller, Anya Taylor-Joy, and Sigourney Weaver. She just pops up in everything these days too, right? She's popping up a lot these days. She's paying taxes too, I think.
Of course.
Let's talk about this movie, man. What did you think?
So quickly, I will say this is a movie that's right up my alley. I love this sort of creature feature, and it sort of is a creature feature.
Somewhat.
And I also love the whole, I'm a big as long as it didn't happen in real life, I like snipers. As long as they're not based on a true story of some guy who killed a bunch of people. If this is just a fabricated thing of a guy who's really good at that thing, I like it. And normally I don't like the whole, how he's like a troubled guy who like is on the beach alone and someone was like, "You're pulling me back in again, are you?" I don't normally I'm like, I got it, bro. You're lonely and
waking
you're so
up in
good
the
at what
middle of
you
the
do.
night, soaking wet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't like that, but this one, it worked.
There's definitely tropes in this movie, for sure.
Oh,
but,
dude. But I will say the one thing that's not a trope is whoever came with the idea of the gorge and 2 people on either side of it defending it is brilliant. It is a brilliant conceit, dude. I thought it was fantastic. I think that the movie, the only critique I have of the movie is I do believe that it would have been more interesting if the whole romantic thing didn't happen. I think that's even more interesting. And then the ending was way too, I'll say it was more of a Julia Roberts ending.
Yeah,
And I don't like that.
I think
if I would have shown someone the ending to the movie, they would not have believed what the movie was about. They would have been like, "Oh, we know this movie."
For real,
like,
yeah.
no, you do not, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked it overall.
I liked it a lot, man. I thought it was very entertaining. But like you're saying, I could have done without some of the romance stuff. Now, it's not so much that there was a romance, but to me, again, getting back to the tropes, there was just some things that I was like, why'd you go and do that? The dancing, you know what I'm talking about? The dancing, that. I don't know, bro. Like, if I sneak over, right, I'm going to watch you dance, bro, because I just went across the gorge, and it's been a long time, bro. So, yeah, you just dance. You say all the dumb shit you want. Put on all the terrible music you want to listen to. I'm here for the ride. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But at the same time, I just thought that was kind of like I don't know, like I saw it coming, I guess I could say. And it's not even a huge critique. It was just kind of like, all right, strike one.
Yeah.
But, and then the only other thing about that one that kind of got me, and of course, this is one of those things where, like, this is a movie where you obviously have to suspend disbelief all the way through. But everything went their way. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything went their way. She forgot her little ascender thing, whatever that thing was called. Spoilers a little bit, but I'm not going to go too crazy into it. She could, when they go into the gorge, she loses that. She loses that thing. They find another way. They just happen to know that there's enough gas to. What I'm saying is every single thing worked their way, but I had to back up for a second and go, okay, man, that's what's pushing the movie along. You know, that's it. It's just pushing the movie.
They would have gone down there and immediately died. They'd be like, game over.
Well, that
like,
was a short movie. Yeah, that's the thing. So I'm willing to forgive that. There was just a couple of times where I think like some cracks showed, but on like the whole for this movie, I thought it was fucking fantastic, and I think it would have done great in the movies, like actual in the theater too.
No question.
Creature design,
bro,
really good, dude. That whole like wood thing, that I don't really want to say too much for the people that haven't seen this movie, but the wood in this movie, the way that's all fused together. There's a scene with some spiders in a church.
Dude,
that was sick. That was really cool, man.
Yeah.
The fact that what you're dealing with and what you think it is initially, like, okay, like when he first arrives at this place and he's talking to the first guy, his name I think was like JD or something like that, the British guy.
Yes.
And he's telling him, and I can say this because it's in the trailer, but basically he says, you know what I think.
We can get into spoilers and just be like, we're going to spoil them.
Yeah. Well, okay, there's going to be some light spoilers, but he tells me, he says, you know what I think it is? I think it's the door to hell, and we're just guarding what it is. You know what I mean? Like, that's the gateway, basically, and we're just guarding it. And I was like, okay, cool, evil. And then there's a scene in the trailer where she's like, this place is evil. So I'm thinking we got like demonic things going on. I guess technically they're pretty demonic, like those, not demonic, but they look demonic as shit. Like when they go into the silo and there's that like whole network of,
bro,
what was that? Like former people, or because they look like people a little bit. I don't know.
It was crazy.
But just awesome set design. A lot of it looked like a video game, first person shooter, perhaps. I don't know, more like, or maybe like Resident Evil or something. It had that kind of look with it. But just good all the way through, man. The solid acting, but nothing too crazy because it's just that kind of a movie. Sigourney Weaver's a little over the top, but again, that's pushing the movie along, and that's really what she was there to do. I think that's what they said we want you to do for this one because of the character and what's all involved with that. But I watched it twice. So yeah, I liked it, dude. Why did
you watch it twice?
We were just because we didn't really do much this weekend. We were just kind of sitting around taking care of stuff around the house, and we're like, you know what? She was like, I liked it. Can we watch it again? And I said, let's do it. Might as well. Probably going to talk about it. So
I think did the creatures look like Homeboy from Pirates of the Caribbean to you?
Kind of look like what's his name? I almost said Jimmy Stewart. Davy Jones, man. Davy Jones.
Yes. Every time I saw one of them, I'm like, Davy Jones.
It was like Davy Jones mixed with Baby Groot.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's what they look like.
Exactly.
But could you imagine
the little twist that they put on it of what they were? I'd be like, right when they said that, I said, this makes the whole movie worth it. Yeah. That is genius right there.
It's a new spin.
I love it. Fantastic. But you're right. Everything went their way, but they're like, when they walked up to the power button, they're like, well, you know, what do they say? Kerosene doesn't go out of
butane remains stable. So, good. It's good that you know that. Let's just hit the switch. Nothing's gonna. Oh, it is. It's happening. Cool. Oh, look, and there's the hard drive right there next to it. where you turn on the power, telling us everything.
Hey, luckily I turned on the computer, no password needed.
Yeah, exactly. You know, but if only there was like a reel of film that would just explain this whole thing. Oh, there it is. There's the reel of film. Let's turn that on with the new power that we got. It was that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
I loved it, and I loved it anyway.
Yes, exactly. In spite of all of the just conveniences, almost comedic to a point to me. Like I mean, it doesn't come off that way, but when you start thinking that way, it became comedic to me. And I could have ripped the movie apart because of that, but it was really good, dude. It was a fun movie. Again, the makeup was awesome. The character building, I guess, was pretty good considering they didn't really have a lot of like dialogue. It was mostly just them, you know.
Yep.
For half the movie, they're like talking via signs that they're writing and stuff like that. And then the only other thing, and again, this is just so like minute, it's not really worth saying. So they got the little binocular thing that they're using to communicate, right? How'd they know that every time they were doing something, he would be like, how about this, right? And of course she's looking, or do you know what I'm talking about? Like, or were they just staring at each other the entire time? Is that what I'm supposed again?
We have to imagine they were.
Picking the movie apart is my point. And that's the kind of shit I was going on in my brain the first time I watched it. Second time around, not so much. Put it all down and really enjoyed it.
I would say, if there was an ending where somehow he never shows up, she goes out looking for him, finds out that he's infected, and her job, she's like, I'm going to have to take you out. And he's just be like, hey, set it up for a sequel. He's infected. You don't want him infecting anyone else. Who better to take him out than someone who has the longest shot? Be like, I'm going to have to get you. And he knows he's after her now because one of them should have been infected.
I agree. Even Gail said that.
And that would have been fantastic for them to set up another sequel, been like, I'm just coming, and she's getting all her stuff ready, and it goes to credits. I'm like, I'm ready to see the next one.
Yeah.
Because you don't want him infecting anybody.
Or they don't do a sequel, and then we're just left going, what happened? Which is also cool, too.
That's true, too.
Yeah, I agree.
That's true, too.
We were both like, one of them should have gotten infected. It is not a perfect movie. A lot of these movies aren't perfect movies.
Still
and again, we don't need to have perfect fucking movies all the time. Sometimes you just, as I told somebody in the group the other day who was hating, I'm not going to say who, Steve. But
on the Gorge?
No. They were hating on Paradise, man.
How dare
you could go and look, and I guarantee you, Steve, no offense to the person that's listening, because I know they'll be listening, you will not be surprised on who this person is.
Let me think. Hating on Paradise?
Who do you
There's not many haters.
I'm not he was kind of hating, actually. Yeah, kind of hating, but I love this person, so let's just keep it there. Who do you battle with most? Who's your podcast sparring partner?
That doesn't like the things I like?
Yeah, not on our show. That should give it to you right
dude. Does he share my name?
Yes. Spoilers, Steve. I just outed you, sir. I love you, man. But
that guy, dude.
I had to tell him, I said, sir, it's sometimes you just got to put the review hat down and just enjoy it for what it is. But he was... I don't have it. I'm not going to put him on blast or anything, but it was, he was really going with the whole, like he broke it down as if he was like Leonard Maltin or some shit. Do you know what I'm saying?
Dude, I'm like, I think Leonard would have liked this.
I know, but what I'm saying is in this conversation, it was very much like, yeah, that was pretty cool, huh, when that happened or whatever. And he's like, yeah, and he went into the critic, which.
Well, technically, to get that deep into the earth, you would have hit the core, and the core is way too hot.
I'm not gonna put him on blast, but I'm saying. Because I love this guy, I really do. But it was just, to me, it was like, man, sometimes that's a shame to me in a way. Like sometimes, because I've been there, especially when I'm watching something for a podcast, particularly not my podcast. I'm really trying to pick a movie apart or, sound fucking smarter than I actually am. Some shit like that. But it was that kind of a thing. And it's like, man, but it doesn't sound to me like you're actually watching it as much as you are like picking it apart. And I felt that was a shame, but to each their own. Also,
well, here's the thing though.
He'll also, in the group here.
Here's the funny thing about, Steven, I see you, Steve. He'll go out and be like, dude, I saw the most awesome movie called Grass Growing. I'm giving it a 9.5.
Yeah.
I'm like, of course you will.
Yeah.
Of course you will.
Sometimes I think he's doing it to be contradictory. I'm just saying, but it makes for good listening. You know what I'm saying? Like again, Steve.
I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him next
Steve.
time.
I love the shit out of you, man. But
I love you so very
much. I wanted to I wanted to shake you a little bit because I do think this show is worth watching. Paradise, I really do, and it just
Dude, Paradise Fire.
It's fire. It's not. You know what? I will say that this last episode was probably the slowest episode, the James Marsden like heavy one, but it needed to be done. And sometimes you can't just always be like jamming like that. There's a whole lot of story going on with this one. So yeah, I think he said it was like what did he say? It just basically seemed like a like your usual drama on like say ABC or something like that, but with cussing. And that the dialogue didn't leave. I mean, it was, it was a lot. He didn't mention cinematography. I know he's big on that one, but I don't know.
Well, I
don't know why I was hurt because it's not my movie, but I was a little bit hurt. I think it's because I recommended
you like it. Everyone likes this movie.
I'm strongly recommending it.
I mean, I would say, okay, right now. Okay, real quick, going to another show because I'm also watching Severance.
Yes.
I don't understand it anymore. I'm kind of lost.
I don't think we're really supposed to be understanding it, though. Are you caught up?
Really?
Are you caught up?
Yeah, and I don't get it.
Was it the field trip thing, that the retreat? Is that what lost you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not caught up.
Okay, then I'm not.
The last one I saw was when he fired people.
Okay, yeah, you got to catch up.
I don't understand what's happening.
Well, what do you want to know? I think I might be able to help a little bit.
In general, like the
so that he's with that woman that's like she's currently staying with him, but she's the one that's able to help him unsever. So have you got to that part yet?
No.
Okay, then I can't tell you anything. Like there's shit you don't understand because you're not caught up. That's why you don't understand.
But I'm saying up till right now, I think I might have missed something because like they're all in the office and what they're talking about, I'm like, what's happening really? Like what is, with the girl and her hiring the girl back and the girl saying, no, I don't want this job. I know you're making up the job. I'm like, is this going somewhere?
Yeah.
Like, is this going somewhere?
Yeah. Well, her Audi is part of the, see, I don't know what you know and what you don't. I don't want to fuck it up.
Okay, wait.
So know when they
spoiler alert, everybody turn off your ears real quick. Patricia Arquette doesn't have she is not Audi or she's whole.
She is unsevered.
But I remember you thinking Homegirl was not severed either.
Yeah, but we come to find out that she is. She's both. I think she has the implant, and you'll come to find out that she is able to. Here's the part. I don't know how they. There's obviously okay. For instance, when you go into the elevator and then suddenly you're like an innie, right?
Yeah.
So she's able to. I guess that's something where it's like they hit a switch somewhere so they can bypass that, so she can go down there and do whatever she needs to do. I don't want to give too much away about that.
Okay, so she has been herself in that office before.
The Audi?
Yes.
Yes.
But the innie has not been the Audi before, except for that one time.
To the best of our knowledge, that's what we're led to believe. Yes.
Man, this show, dude.
Well, that's the thing. It's supposed to be that way. Now, Irving, are you?
Yes.
Where are you with him?
The last thing is him trying to get. You know what I felt bad about when he went into that job? If Irving, the bigger dude, right?
Irving is John Turturro.
Oh no, he just got fired. That's the last thing I saw.
Okay, yeah. There's a lot that you have to catch up with on this one.
Yeah, I got it because I think the big black dude, he tried to get a job, and as soon as he said he was a severed dude, the guy was like, "Holla at your boy."
Yeah, he was done. So
that was sad.
And then Milton.
And then it also made me think of like, hey, you have all this experience, and he wasn't automatically hating on a severed person, and it was just like, hey, you have all this experience. He's like, yeah, I was severed. Then I'd be like, well, then you don't have all this experience. You did not do what your innie did. You don't have any experience. I want to hire the guy that was actually in the factory. You have zero experience. Your innie had experience.
Yeah, that's the stuff.
So how do you ever get a job?
That's the stuff to me that's crazy because like obviously there's enough of them that makes them like coherent to where they know of things on the outside, though they haven't seen said things on the outside. They haven't seen the sky, for instance, up until a point.
Yeah.
Anyway. Stuff like that. So it's like, I'm still kind of confused on how they know what they know and what they're not supposed to know. Why is that? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
Exactly.
it is a very confusing show, but it's interesting as hell, and it's entertaining, man. I think they're all killing it on that one, and I really like Milchek, dude. Again, there's a whole thing going on with him that I don't want to get into, but I have a feeling we're either doing like a redemption arc situation or they're just giving his character more depth. Because do you remember when the smiley girl that's always like the board will see you now? That you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
that real pretty one. So when
Yep.
do you remember when she brought him that that box of like pictures that were all of him,
Yes.
but as of what's the guy's name, Kier or whatever? They were supposed to be like in the face of Kier, but it was all done like him.
Yes.
And then did you catch the eyes?
No.
The eyes were blue, and he
Oh!
wasn't feeling that too much. And then I'm just gonna say so we're on a whole different arc with him now. Where he's
Do we know why that 12-year-old girl is there?
No, she's funny, dude. I like her.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what are we doing?
Well, Miss Wong is now Milchek. She's just doing Milchek's job because he's now doing Patricia Arquette's job.
Yeah, but why? So is child labor allowed now?
We don't know how old she is.
She's 12.
Well, I had to look because I was curious, like how old the actress is, and she's 20. So technically,
there's no. That's impossible.
I'm just telling you what I read, Steve. IMDb, do they lie?
The little girl that they're like, that's a 10-year-old girl. She's 20.
I think she's like 20 years old. Yeah. Here, I'll look right now. I'll give you the.
Dan, if you don't stop with your bull jive.
I'm not bull jiving you, Steve, and I don't appreciate the language, sir. Let me see. Hold on, I'll tell you right now. And I'll give you her name and everything because I don't think I've ever seen this girl in anything else. Where's she at here? She does look like she's 12 years old. There she is, Sarah Bach. What's she about? Born in 2006. So she's 19.
Her name is Sarah Bach?
Yeah. B-O-C-K. Sarah with an H. And in the picture, she looks like she's 7.
B-O-C-H.
B-O-C-K. Sarah with an H.
No. Dude. She's 19?
That's what it says. Yeah.
Bro.
I know.
Maybe we're just mad old.
Well, that's true anyway, but I'm saying some people just look crazy young, and it obviously she's.
Maybe she doesn't. Maybe your daughter would be like, she's 19.
My daughter looks pretty young too.
But your daughter may look at her and be like, yeah, she's not 12. If she told me she was 12 years old, I believe her.
If I saw that picture that we're both looking at right now, and they said, hey, this is my 12-year-old niece, I'd be like, oh, cool. That's your 12-year-old niece.
Absolutely.
But yeah, she's 19.
But imagine a 40-year-old friend of yours brings her in and be like, this is my girlfriend.
Oh, hey, dude, can I talk to you real quick in the kitchen? You good, dude? You good, man? Seriously, because I'm a little uncomfortable right now, and I fucking love you, dude, but I'll leave.
Like he brought her to a barbecue. Would you have a conversation with her where you'd be like, okay, well, that's your thing?
What if like he brings her to Thanksgiving and you're like compelled to put her at the kiddie table?
I would be. I'd kick him out. I don't care what kind of ID she showed me. I'd be like, that is Chris Hansen's coming in at any time right now, bro.
He just follows her around. He's tied to her with a little string. I'm gonna get somebody eventually. Yeah, it's crazy.
Hey,
though.
have a seat right there. Have a seat right there.
Yeah, it's nuts though. Yeah, she's like a little freak of nature.
She's 19. Well, then never mind. She's a normal. But they know what they're doing on the show. They know what they're doing. Why we think, because even the people were like, why is this 12-year-old telling us what to do?
But what's her purpose? Obviously, we're not supposed to know yet.
Yeah, what if they never even address it?
I don't know. You know what?
Oh, no, they probably will show her for a split second outside, and we're going to be like, oh, that's her.
And then
They'll
find out.
probably show her.
Now, we're not going to find out till season 3, probably, something like that. We did jump ahead just for a second. I'm curious.
Yes.
And then we can finish up, because I'm going to have to get going pretty soon, but I want to talk about this last
No
one.
problem.
So, The Gorge, what do you give it?
Man, that's a funny question. 3. Ooh, that's close. 3 out of 5. Bleeding. Oh, 3 out of 5 grabbing plants.
I'm going to go 3 spider skulls, Steve, on that one. 3 out of 5.
Perfect.
Yeah, good show. Check it out, man. It's on Apple TV. If you guys haven't seen it, The Gorge.
I loved it.
Fun as hell. Fun as hell.
I liked it.
The last thing
I wish it was a TV show.
It should have been a series, don't you think? That would
have been great.
Yeah, and you're not the first person that has said that, by the way. I actually read that this morning or somewhere, but yeah, I agree. It should have been a series for sure.
But I get it because Miles Taylor and Anya Taylor-Joy cannot exactly commit to like a year of something. So I get it.
I just knew we were going to get like an ab scene from this cat after Maverick. Like he's just gonna show his abs all the time now. Pretty soon it's just gonna be like
those abs aren't there. Those abs are chilling now, bro.
Yeah, that dude is. He's an ugly man. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
dude,
yeah.
He's a handsome cat.
It's a joke, Steve. It's a fucking joke. Oh, yeah. One more knock. The drum scene. How'd they know? How'd they keep in time? What were they listening to? How did they both know?
That's a great point.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't like. That's what I'm getting at. It's those little things that I got to stop. Spoiler Steven, basically.
That's actually really a good point, bro. And also, that is a massive waste of time building those drums. Where do you store them?
But then again, what do you got to do for the rest of the year? You got nothing. You're by yourself.
Here's the thing. Once those things showed up, I'm not smiling anymore. Like once these things showed up, and then he's doing his thing, welding the fence together. He looks behind him and smiles. I'm never smiling again. I'm like, we can't be doing this anymore. They're like for realer things down here. We need to focus, bro.
All right, Steve, you're in the West.
None of this bullshit.
You're in the West Tower, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. How about Gabrielle? She's in the East Tower.
Yeah.
Okay, you've been talking to each other. You're feeling it, right?
Yeah.
You're also feeling all kinds of different ways where you need to maybe possibly handle some business. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Do you think they were like hiding that? Or you think he had a little corner he went into and just to get all ugly?
No question.
Just wondering. Or do you think he's just out there? Hey, check this out. Look at this.
No, you know what? He might have done that.
Look what's coming from the West. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I'll tell you what, you do that into the gorge, those things aren't coming up anymore. They'll be like, oh my goodness.
That was just rude, sir. I was just trying to come up for some air, and now I've got something in my wood eye.
He'll be like, why don't they ever come up anymore? Like, I don't know, it's been quiet for decades.
Beats me.
Hey!
You got it, Steve. You know where I'm going. Wouldn't that be great if that was the simple thing? Like, hold on, everybody. We're doing this all wrong. Just start jacking.
Jazzing! But then, okay, wait.
Take that! Take that, demon! He's just... Hello!
You got me right in the eye, mate. It wasn't nice
at
all.
They just go on the other side. They'll be like, oh, the girl's over there.
And she's like, I've been watching squirt movies. Look out! Sorry, that was disgusting. I'm sorry, ladies. That was wrong. But I'm not going to edit it out. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't edit it out.
They exist. You can't watch them in Florida, apparently, unless you got one of them VPNs. All right, Steve.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, man. They just... Why watch porn in Florida? Maybe that's what's going on with spoilers, Steve. He's not watching enough porn, but let's leave him alone and move on to the main. I love you, Steve. I'm just fucking with you. I promise you. All right, Steve, we both saw Captain America Civil War. And before we get into this, Steve, we were both kind of not so optimistic on this one.
Lucas Warm, yes.
Yeah, Lucas Warm, George Lucas Warm. Here's the thing, dude. Two words usually come to mind when we get Lucas Warm on these things, and one of them is Anthony, and the other one is Mackie.
Yeah.
I went into this movie not even reluctant, really. I'm just like, you know what? It's Marvel. It is what it is. We're gonna be okay on the other side, regardless. That said, did you watch, or I'm going to ask you a question first. Did you watch what the fuck was that movie called? Oh, Falcon and Winter Soldier. Did you watch that?
I did.
Okay, what did you think?
I liked it far more than I could have imagined I was going to like it.
Yeah, I actually thought it was one of the better Marvel series that's come out so far.
Yes.
So that brings us over to Captain America Brave New World. If you go online, you're going to see a lot of hate about this movie. A lot of hate. Mm-hmm. Even when they asked Harrison Ford about all the hate of this movie, he had no choice but to say, and I, for one, agree with him, is what I'm saying. But I said, you know what? I'm just going to go into this movie, me and my kid, me and Ben, but that's our thing. When these movies come out, we go see them together because it's a father-son thing. God damn it, you should do it. Every father should do this with his kid. We went into this movie. Lights go out, Steve. We start watching. Movie goes all the way through. The lights come up, Steve. You know what I said?
What?
So that's a pretty fucking good movie, man, and I don't know what people are talking about. That's what I said, Steve, and now I'm curious what you said.
Exactly the same thing.
It was a damn good movie.
Dude, and the funny thing is, so Maj went and saw it, and he's like, "You gonna go see Captain America?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Brace yourself, it's good." I said, "Maj, not a chance. It's Anthony Mackie." He said, "He is the reason it's good."
Yes.
I'm like, "Oh, get the deuce out of here with that bull." So I went in ready. I was like, I can't wait to get out of this movie. And I'm gonna light up Maj like no one's business, bro.
Super.
I left
solid.
that movie. I said, not only did I leave the movie, but everyone in the theater was just like, "Hey,
Yeah.
that was a fun movie."
I haven't heard one bad thing in real life. When anyone that's seen this movie, I should say, I haven't heard one bad thing. But I see a lot of bad things online.
Of course, of course.
I wonder why.
I wonder, dude. It made me excited because I think, like, we all remember the first Captain America. I didn't think that was that great of a movie.
This movie is better than the first Captain America. I'm gonna say it. I said it.
Thank you.
I don't give a fuck what you're saying to me right now, people. This movie is way better than the first Captain America from beginning to end.
Totally. And he is the business with that suit.
Bro.
He is the business with that suit.
Wakanda came through. They're like, "Hey, look, you're gonna need a little." As soon as I saw that at the beginning when he did the Wakanda, like, I call it the Wakanda bounce back, Steve. I don't know. I just literally just called it that right now for the first time, but I like it. The Wakanda bounce back. Let's call it that. That was insane. I'm like, oh, he's been to Wakanda. Look at that. And of course they tell you, yeah.
Loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it. I thought every person. Now, obviously, there's always one character that I'm like, who is that? And this time it was I don't even want to say
the little person.
I don't want to say that though. I don't think that's who she is. I think she's a grown person.
She's just she's of small stature.
Do you think she's taller than 5 feet?
She has maybe. Maybe, I don't know. She has a very unique look to her, which makes it interesting considering what her character is, because she's a former widow. And she's badass. And
she was dope.
Yeah.
She was the one where I was like, I want to know more about her.
Yeah, and you will.
I want to know more about her.
That
I want her and Florence Pugh to like run into each other and be like, hey.
That's what I was gonna say. They didn't put her in this one for nothing. She's probably gonna pop up in the freaking Thunderbolts if we ain't careful.
She's gonna be part. I think she's gonna be, because remember, she's involved in a situation, so for sure they're gonna be around each other a lot now. For sure.
Yeah.
I can't wait. So, but I walked in here not ready to like this movie in the least bit. Not only did I liked Anthony Mackie, I like, what's the dude's his partner's name?
Are you talking about the actor?
The actor.
Oh, he's got a great name, dude. Danny Ramirez. It's true. I'm serious. Did I blow your mind? What's going on? Did you lose? Did you die?
I read it and didn't realize. It didn't even dawn on me.
Yeah, that's my boy Danny Ramirez.
Danny Ramirez.
Oh yeah, he's fantastic.
He is fantastic,
as Joaquin Torres, the new Falcon, eager to please, ready to kick some ass. Here's the thing, Steve. Who do you think was the? Well, no, I don't even really want to be negative about this movie. I will say, Giancarlo Esposito, there wasn't a lot coming from him for this movie. I was expecting more, and it's fine. Like, I don't think it took away from this movie at all.
But he eats scenery, man.
Oh yeah,
he sure does eat whatever scene he's in. It's his.
I guess I was just expecting it to be a bigger performance, like more action. But that's not to say that he's not like great in the movie, because he's great in everything.
Yeah.
Who else is really good in this one here? Tim Blake Nelson as Samuel Stearns. That's the brain guy, Steve. I like that.
Absolutely.
Dude. Everyone's just fucking awesome in this. But here's the thing. I'm going to go out on another limb here. Maybe I'm going to get another MCU person mad at me. I'm going to tell you right now, I think if you were to paint the Red Hulk green, you got a better Hulk. What do you think about that?
Whoa! Is that right?
I think I like the Red Hulk stuff, but I think that he actually looked better. Maybe because he kind of had that Harrison Ford chisel thing going on, like young Harrison or something, but it looked good. I think he looks better than Ruffalo's Hulk.
This is the first time that I was scared of the Hulk.
Yeah.
when homeboy was flying and he jumped, I said, "You better fly faster, bro. He's on you." He would start to jumping at him. I was like, "Bro," it really made me like, "Whoa, my God, he can get up there." It was good, man.
And Harrison Ford performs in this movie better than he's probably performed in a long time. Like he's not so like I was joking with the thing, but he's in this movie and he's doing it all for this one.
Yep.
Dude, beginning to end, it's kind of, I don't really want to do any real spoilers with this one. I think the plot of it, should we break the plot down? Should we do anything, or should we just give our review and say, go see this movie because it's worth it? Don't listen to the haters.
If you have time, if there's any, I would say, to be honest, what is a negative aspect you would have to ding it with?
With this movie. I thought maybe that it's so minor, and I don't even know if that's the one, but I thought they were kind of force feeding us the whole side character, the Hulk thing. Like the whole, like that was just there because they had Thaddeus Ross in it, and so let's connect something. I think we could have done without that. I'm not even sure if that was Liv Tyler. I think it might have been CGI Liv Tyler.
You don't think that was
Liv
Tyler?
It was Liv Tyler, but it just looked, well, we all age, Steve. You know what I'm saying? I think there was a little filter going on there. Something looked weird about her, but that I'm trying to think right now, like what was my critique of this one? Because honestly, I don't think I've seen a Marvel movie this entertaining for a while. I'm not going to do the whole where it ranks in the MCU or anything like that. But I mean, from the moment this movie starts, you're like, oh, hell yeah. And it just goes the entire time. And I spent so much time going, what the fuck are these people talking about?
Yeah.
I really didn't get that. But God, I don't know. What was your critique?
There was, okay, everybody that don't want spoilers, please turn it off for the next minute and a half. First I'll tell you two lines that really got me.
Mm-hmm.
The first line was when Bucky says, Captain America gave people someone to look up to. You give you give people someone to aspire to be. Like they can be you. They feel like they can actually do what you do. Captain America had the serum. They can actually, you can show people that you can help people if you're just normal. And I was like, that is a beautiful sentiment, man.
That's what makes his character so good, is that he's doing all this shit.
So, because he's totally, and his stakes are way higher. If he gets hurt, remember the times where he was like breaking his rib, like, hey, don't touch me, I got my rib broken.
Yeah.
That would have never happened to Captain America. He's like, yeah, I'm super human. I can't be. And I think the other thing that kind of was a knock on it on the other side was when Bucky showed up and he's like, Bucky, congressman, running for Congress, I'm like, okay, we get it. You have to give us what Bucky is doing right now. But it was a little bit of like, okay, you kind of having to open the book and be like, hey, Bucky person going in for congressman for the last 2 years and having to do a bunch of campaign stops. I'm like, oh yeah, I got you, bro.
I just took it like, oh, there's Sebastian Stan again. They had to get him because he's in everything.
Bro, he looks. I think when I did see him. Well, no, when he showed up, the theater I was in clapped.
Oh, really?
So I was like, yeah. So people were really excited to see Bucky.
There it is. Isn't that what?
Mr. Blue.
Oh shit, Steve! I want to kill a motherfucker right now for some reason.
Oh, is that the song?
Yeah, that's the song.
I didn't know that was the song.
Yeah, Mr. Blue, man. I like that.
And also, that was clever as hell. I thought that was so clever to make that the thing. I love that.
I didn't see what was coming because there was one time I had to go to the bathroom, dude. So I kind of missed. I missed the White House scene. So I was like, what the fuck happened?
Oh, no.
I know, dude. I know. I was like, I know I'm going to miss it. The one time I get up is when I'm going to miss it. So the whole White House fiasco.
That was the thing.
Yeah, I know. I got clued in and I've since seen it. But yeah, I know. But, of course, that's the scene I missed. So I was really confused for a second. But because I'm like, my man, like, what happened, dude? Like, I thought you were the goods. Good. But he's good, huh? That guy. What's that older guy's name? Do you know the actor?
Limbley. Hold on. You could
Carl Lumbly.
I can't. Lumbly. He was fantastic, dude.
Yeah, he's great now. He's a big
and
dude,
now he's
too.
dating homegirl. Remember they went to a basketball game together?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Uh-huh.
Well, you know what? Everyone deserves somebody, Steve.
bro. I really enjoyed the fact that they were really nailing in the how, you know, at a certain point, Anthony Mackie really felt like he didn't belong. He just didn't belong as Captain America. Like, why did I even do this? And I think it was smart of them to nail in, like, you're not supposed to be him. You're supposed to be the Falcon. You're not supposed to be Captain America. We're not asking you to be that. We're asking you to be who you are. It was like Marvel saying, we're not asking you to be Chris Evans. We want you to be Anthony Mackie and bring in who Anthony Mackie brings in. If people hate the movie, don't come next time. Fine. But the people you're going to bring into this franchise, it's going to overwhelm the haters, because even the haters had to spend the money. And they're going to make a killing on this movie. They are going to make a killing on this. And he was executive producer. And he's going to make a killing.
Oh, and when it comes to video, everyone's going to buy the shit out of this movie. It's worth it, man. This one to me, okay, when I say the name, don't go, oh, what are you talking about? But I'm saying, like, this movie is kind of like more like a Falcon and the Winter Soldier kind of thing. Or not, excuse me, not Falcon and Winter Soldier, but Captain America, Winter Soldier. It's that kind of a feel to it, which I actually like better sometimes, I think. But they were able to I'm not saying it's a better movie. I'm not even trying to compare the two, but they're able to keep up with that kind of action all the way through this movie. The end scene was dope, but there's nothing in this movie outside. Let's see, plot. Was there anything that's plot driving this that's going to be like into the other movies outside of like the discovery of adamantium? Anything else?
Into another movie?
Yeah, that's going to be, that's going forward. Obviously, let's see, what else? The president wants them to reform the Avengers, so that's something that's like a takeaway, right?
That is.
Anything else?
I don't know who's supposed to be on this. I'm not a Marvel head like that, so I don't know who's going to be in this new version of the Avengers.
I know one thing, Sebastian Stan will be in that motherfucker for sure. I'll tell you that for sure.
Oh, gee, come on.
As sure as the sun will shine, my man's going to be in that movie. But
for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what? Honestly, I do have to get away on this one. I apologize, man. I would like to do the full rundown on this one, but I am actually running out of time right here.
Done deal, man.
Probably cut loose on this one, ladies and gentlemen. So sorry, it's a little bit shorter than normal, but I do have to get. It's a little bit later in the evening when we're recording. But Steve, thank you for doing this. I know we had some trouble communicating. I don't want to rate it, Steve. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. How about? All right, I'm gonna go for Marvel movies now. This can start a whole other discussion right here if I give too crazy of a rating. Let's go with I'm going to go 3.75 out of 5 little white pills.
Little white pills. That's a great. That's actually a good one, G. I'm gonna go. You said 3.75.
3.75.
I'll keep it there. I'll say 3.75 Wakanda wing stabs.
Oh, that was sick. All right, brother.
Let us out, homie.
Yeah. Hey, everyone. Thanks for sticking around on this one here. Sorry it's a little bit shorter, and I apologize if I'm a little bit distracted, but I got some shit I got to tend to right now. And I wanted to talk to y'all. I wanted to talk about some movies. I wanted to talk to my friend Steve. We'll be back in a couple of weeks. You can count on that because that's what we do. Steve, you want to say anything before we go?
People, I love y'all so very much. Can't wait to talk to you next time, baby. On to Dan.
People, be good to yourselves. Be good to the people around you. Peace.